Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book. Whoa. He has a history of skimming past all the pages of ageless confessional shit.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So, Jace and Dedeker, we're all back together.
I know.
How are we doing?
It feels quite refreshing to be back at the same splendid table once again.
Here's
It is a
this
splendid table. You're right.
Yes.
That's actually a reference to an NPR show called The Splendid Table.
Wait,
Oh.
seriously?
Yeah, and then they made fun of it on SNL. They called it The Delicious Dish. That's the one with the sweaty balls. The sweaty balls sketch.
So this is an older NPR show.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
realize that. Huh.
Yeah, so the
It
show
wasn't
in the
like a
SNL
podcast.
sketch is The Delicious Dish, which is a parody of The Splendid Table.
Oh.
Which actually, it may still be on NPR, because I listened to it just a few years ago in my car radio, like
Really?
legit, yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, we're here at the Splendid Table, looking at each other in the face.
Yeah,
and
that's
it feels
nice.
great. And I'm
Yeah.
ready to read the Bible. I'm okay. I just remembered that there was a little bit of action at the end of last episode, and I'm really excited.
Speaking of action,
Uh-huh.
Emily, do you remember what happened?
there was, because I looked at the notes, so there was something about shaving, and there was something about a heave and a wave offering, and that's
Right.
all that I got for you.
Well,
What else happened?
we moved a little bit.
Oh, okay. Cool. We moved.
Do you really not remember that at all? With the cloud?
Yeah. Yeah, so God was a cloud,
Yep.
and we would move every time God moved. When I move, you move.
Right.
And
It's all coming back.
Yes, and
that classic
so,
song that they sang.
exactly. Well, God sang it
Yeah,
to
God
them.
sang it to them. Yeah.
God sang it to them. So, yeah, and
And he wasn't just a cloud. He was something else also at night.
Well, it was still a cloud.
Yeah.
Just
a thundercloud? A thunderstorm?
no.
What is it? What is? No, I don't. Is it a flame?
Yeah, there you
a
go.
fiery cloud.
Fiery cloud. Like
Wait.
a cloud of
A
fire.
pillar
How
of
does that-
fire.
Oh, but those are two different things. A fiery cloud, a pillar of fire, or a pillar.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
not
it
a
was
pillar.
I
Pillar
thought it
was
was
not
a
an
pillar of
option.
fire. I didn't think that it was a fiery cloud.
Yahweh had been a pillar of fire earlier.
And he had
But in
turned
this
people
one,
into
it
pillars
was,
of salt.
Yes, true fact.
Yes.
But it was a cloud that then at night glowed like fire. It was not actually
Oh,
fire.
interesting. It glowed
Yeah.
so it was a luminescent.
Yeah, I guess
Cloud.
I'm assuming kind of an orangey luminescent cloud.
Okay, interesting.
Probably from all the
interesting.
radiation from
Yeah,
the,
definitely all the
From the
radiation.
ark?
the tabernacle
yeah,
from the ark. Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Quite
Wow.
fascinating. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Cool.
Well, today, again, is a very special day because our good friend Kurt also
Kurt, yes.
gave us an additional beer. And actually, we're going to be having Kurt's beer next week as well.
Yeah. So there's a whole batch of beer to
I
enjoy.
know.
I know. Along with like very in-depth
Detailed.
Kurt basically wrote a separate Bible
Just about these
explaining
beers.
Yes.
this
Yes.
beer.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So the one that we're having today is called Any Kind of Raven, and
Any kind of raven.
if our listeners at home remember this from way back in the days of Leviticus, that was the one where we were like the shortest verse in the Bible up to that point that we'd read was just one that said any kind of raven. It was in the list of unclean animals
Okay. Yeah.
that you couldn't eat. So any kind of raven.
How many types of ravens are there?
You'd be surprised.
Any kind, though.
but
is
just any
unclean.
kind. It's
Don't
easy
even-
to remember though. Just any kind.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
kind of raven.
Do you see something that looks like a raven?
Just
Don't go near it.
Not clean.
You
Yeah.
know?
So this is a Belgian stout, which, for those of you beer connoisseurs out there, were like, hey, that's not a thing. You're correct. That's not a thing. However, Kurt is a master and can do what he wants. So he
He's
decided
definitely a
to...
maverick going against the grain
Ooh,
here.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he decided to combine, some of his favorite stuff about Belgians, which is that like malty kind of sweetness,
Yeah.
with a stout. And this is like, Dedeker, you're the one on the show. He made this for you because you mentioned
Look at
liking
that.
stouts.
He made it for you.
I know. I feel very special.
Yeah.
How do you feel about its stoutiness?
Definitely hashtag blessed, I would
Yes.
say, is how I feel.
Yeah.
No, it's great, actually. So, I mean, in recent years, I've definitely been much more partial to, I really like my beers to taste like a milkshake. Honestly,
yeah.
really, I just want a milkshake.
See, and I want a penny.
Exactly.
So-
Y'all want pennies. I want a milkshake. So that's
Yeah.
why, like a really creamy Guinness tends to get to me. There's that peanut butter milk stout that's just like so good.
Yeah,
Or
we
any
had
kind
a
of
couple of those in
Shanghai. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any like cream stouts, like I love. And this one is definitely not like a milkshake, but I still love it. There's actually like the Belgian quality to it that makes it really
The
interesting.
maltiness,
Yeah, the
yeah.
maltiness
Yeah.
definitely keeps it really
that.
interesting, but
Yeah,
it
I
still
figured.
does have kind of that smoothness of a stout underneath it. So I give it a hashtag blessed A+.
Right. And
Nice.
Kurt also gave us a little teaser about the Bible here.
Oh.
That verse came up in Leviticus 11:15, which was any kind of raven, and that it's also going to come back in Deuteronomy.
Is that
14.
next?
No, that's next. That's the next book. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we will get any kind of raven
Again.
yet again in the Bible.
Wow. All
I
right.
wonder if it's
Yeah.
about the same thing. Like, don't eat any kind of raven.
This one's probably a
it's gotta
list.
be,
It's
right?
probably a list of like animals you can't have sex with.
Oh gosh.
Well, how do you even have sex with a raven?
But you don't because you can't have sex with any kind of
any
raven.
kind of raven. Emily.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
Okay.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah, I won't, but
Okay, can we get to the action of today? I'm super
Yes,
excited.
yes.
Totally.
so what
Um,
are we reading today?
What are we reading today? We're reading Numbers
11.
chapters 11 through 13,
Correct.
which is, I guess, another 3-chapter day. Wait, have we had one of those yet in Numbers?
Yeah, we had the last time was a 3-chapter day.
Oh, you're right. So
Yeah.
we're finally, the chapters are not quite as epically long, so
Yep.
we can actually split them up between us in a more reasonable fashion.
Well, one of them is fairly short, so we gave that one to you.
Oh,
But the other two are like of reasonable size.
right. Well, as we get started reading today, we want to remind all of our listeners to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us or you can listen to us in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
All right, kids, with that, Numbers 11. The people were as murmurers, speaking evil in the ears of Yahweh.
Speaking.
Well, speaking in brackets.
Brackets.
Speaking evil in the ears of Yahweh. And when Yahweh heard it, his anger was kindled. What kind of
Uh-oh.
evil do you think they were saying?
And were they saying evil about him?
yeah.
Or just blanket
just
evil?
like saying
I
some
feel like just
swears.
saying evil in general, yeah. Do you want to look up a translation already? Is it already
yes,
that
of
time?
course I
Yeah,
do.
come
But
on.
I'm giving you that
Come on.
pointed look.
Yeah, that's what I was getting from
Look,
you.
okay, it's all the perfect combinations. We don't understand it. There's a word in brackets.
Yes.
Like, we got to look up another translation.
Okay. Message Bible, of course.
Of course.
Says,
Are
Sorry.
you okay? Was that a gasp? What is going on over there?
Nothing. Just I probably.
What
We
happened?
probably should just beep it. It's fine.
What? Why? No, what
No,
happened? Was
all
that a
of it-
hiccup? Was it a burp?
No,
Was it
it was. I'm looking at one of the side things, and it says 6 major accomplishments of the Trump administration in 2017.
oh dear.
So I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why.
I understand. No, I understand why that would be.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I had a conniption, but yes,
Okay, just
All right.
pay attention to the text in the center here.
yeah.
So it says, the people fell to grumbling over their hard life.
Oh,
Period. God heard. Period.
he didn't give a crap.
When he heard, his anger flared.
okay? So they're just complaining again
I
about
see. Of
about
course.
how hard life is, wandering
Yeah.
around in the desert. And,
Yeah, pretty much all the translations are some variation on complaining.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, his anger was kindled, and the fire of Yahweh burnt among them and devoured in the uttermost part of the camp.
Wait.
Uttermost. Is that like outermost, I assume?
What was the message say?
I don't know. You
And we're
tell
right
us.
back.
You tell us.
We haven't even made it one verse in.
Yeah.
It says, and it burned the outside
Oh.
edges and burned the outer boundaries of the camp.
Okay.
Then fire blazed up and burned the outer boundaries of the camp.
Okay. The people cried to Moses, and Moses prayed to Yahweh, and the fire abated.
Well, that's nice.
The name of that place was called Taberah, because the fire of Yahweh burnt among them.
Classic. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
The mixed multitude that was among them lusted exceedingly.
Oh.
And the children of Israel also wept again and said, "Who shall give us flesh to eat?"
Okay, what?
What? Are we metaphorically?
What's
so-
the
I'm
mixed
gonna keep-
multitude?
I'm assuming all the foreigners living among them?
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
Oh, are there a lot?
Yeah, they say like the
They talk about sojourners and stuff.
right.
They lusted exceedingly. What were they lusting after?
Well, let me just continue. We remember the fish, which we ate in Egypt for nothing, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There's nothing at all save this manna to look on. Okay,
Nobody
so they're
likes to
sick
see the
of
manna.
just eating manna.
I mean, I get that. Eating cricket droppings
Oh
or whatever,
yeah, it was
whatever
it was
we
like,
decided that
it was possibly like weird insect pods or like
Right.
weird insect leavings of some kind or
Yeah.
secretions of some kind, possibly. The more magical explanation is that it's some kind of like bread-like substance that
Right.
they gathered from
Made
the ground.
from crickets.
Yeah. The other translations are interesting.
Okay.
So some of them translate it as the foreigners among them had a strong craving for other kinds of food.
Oh, so he blamed on the foreigners.
Well, that's kind of what we read into it, but
Huh.
some more explicitly say foreigners. But then we'll go on to say even the Israelites started crying again and
I
said,
see.
if only we had meat to eat.
But I thought that they got quail. I thought that was
Oh,
part of
yeah,
it. Is they
you're
got
right, they did
manna
get-
during the day, like in the morning they gather the manna, and then in the afternoon the quail come in.
What about
Yeah.
all of these things that they're sacrificing?
Oh yeah, all about the rams and the ewes and the
Yeah,
goats and
Yeah.
the
Did they just
cattle.
literally
only
keep
Aaron's
them?
family get to eat those
think
when they
so?
get
Do
offered.
they only keep
But
them
what
for
about
sacrifices?
But they've got to have like cheese and milk from these creatures also
You would
that they're
think,
they're
yeah.
eating.
Yeah, but maybe just the supplies were low.
But maybe they are like, we're just longing for some kind of spice. That's why they're like leeks and onions and garlic there.
right.
Yeah.
But I was going to say the other translations instead are more like the troublemakers among them
Ugh.
wanted better food,
I don't like that.
Yeah,
and
not
soon
okay.
soon everyone started complaining.
I see.
you
So
know,
they sowed some dissension among the ranks about the
Right.
food. Okay.
But whether or not it was the foreigners is
Okay.
up to some interpretation.
All right.
Okay. The manna was like coriander seed, and the appearance of it as the appearance of
What?
Yeah,
Bedelium?
bdellium.
obviously.
Bedelium.
Yeah. What's the problem?
This word, just for
is-
everyone out there, is Bdellium.
Bedellium. What's you got an explanation on that?
It's pronounced delium.
Oh.
The B is silent.
Oh.
Wait,
Is
really?
it really?
Yes.
What? Really?
According to dictionary.com, yes.
What? This is a real word. This
It's a-
isn't like a
Excuse me,
translation
national
issue?
merit scholars over here. You've never heard of this word, okay?
Jeez.
Yes, it's delium is how it's written here, with accent on the first syllable.
Okay.
And it is a fragrant resin produced by a number of trees related to myrrh, used in perfumes.
Huh.
Okay.
The
I guess-
appearance
yeah.
of delium. Why is there a B in front of it? I mean, I know that this is not like a podcast about linguistics and like the history of language, but I'm like, why is there a silent B at the beginning of this word?
There apparently
Just for kicks.
is a whole company of makeup tools and brushes and stuff called Delium Tools that's spelled just like this. Bedelium Tools.
Well, that's got to be difficult for them to have to explain to literally every single person ever
Right?
who
It's
tries to.
pronounced Delium. The B is
Delium.
silent.
They do have some nice looking makeup brushes and
Jeez,
lipsticks
okay.
and stuff, though.
So the manna was
Okay.
like coriander seed, and the appearance of it as the appearance of delium. The people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in mortars, and boiled it in pots, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. This is a weird substance.
Yeah, it
Are we
doesn't
talking
sound
olive
great.
oil? No, I guess not.
Probably olive oil.
Yeah.
That's probably what they'd be comparing it to.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so. Yeah.
It tasted like fresh oil.
That's weird.
When the dew fell on the camp in the night, the manna fell on it. Moses heard the people weeping throughout their families, every man at the door of his tent. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled greatly, and Moses was displeased.
Even Moses was not on their side.
Eek.
Moses said to Yahweh, "Why have you dealt ill with your servant? Why haven't I found favor in your sight that you lay the burden of all these people on me?"
Because Moses doesn't, Yahweh doesn't really like Moses.
It does seem to be true.
Yeah.
That's true. He is just kind of like, you're just useful to me. You're not my
Right.
friend,
No,
necessarily.
Totally.
And he gives all the sweet benefits to Aaron.
Exactly. He loves
jeez.
Aaron.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with Aaron, but not so much with Moses. He's like, yeah, guy,
What
come
if
here.
Aaron is the puppet master behind all of this?
Oh. And he.
Like, what if Aaron,
Okay.
what if Aaron was like, I know that I want to do this and I want to lead these people and I want to lead this rebellion, but I know that if I'm the leader, I'm going to
be responsible,
be responsible
for when things go badly.
Yes.
So, Moses.
So we get someone else to be the figurehead. I still get the power.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah. No, I'm into it.
everything falls down on
Wait,
Moses.
was Jeff Goldblum Moses? Or Aaron?
Aaron.
He was there.
He had a whole
Yes.
5 lines playing Aaron in The Prince of Egypt. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big deal in the book.
In the rest
The
of the
Bible?
book, yeah.
Yeah.
The
That
movie
book, the
didn't go
Bible.
that far,
He didn't
though.
show up a ton in Exodus,
Yeah.
No.
but came, obviously
He did a
lot
little
more
bit.
later
I mean,
on.
he threw the calf.
Okay.
Yeah, he did do that.
Have I conceived all this people?
Conceived all this
Have
people?
I brought them forth that you should tell me? Carry them in your bosom, as a nursing father carries the sucking child to the land which you swore to their fathers. Okay, so this is him saying like these aren't my freaking babies, that I have to take care of. Okay.
Right, and he's also like, you promised us this land, remember, like, generations ago?
Right.
Could we maybe
We
get
maybe
on
hurry
that?
up so that I don't have to keep dealing with these people's complaints.
Yeah.
Whence should I have flesh to give to all this people? It keeps saying all this people,
Yeah.
not
All
these
this
people,
people.
just all this people. For they weep to me, saying, "Give us flesh that we may eat."
Ugh.
I'm not able to bear all this people alone.
Who wrote this? Goodness.
know. It's
What is
really
the
funny.
What do the other things say?
I'm sure it's
Sure.
just a reasonable translation.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to look up my good friend Tyndale's
Tyndale?
Bible here.
But that's going to be all like fancy talk.
I am not able to bear all this people alone, for it is too huey for me.
Huey?
Heavy?
Like Huey Lewis in the news?
It's Heuy.
Huey.
Huey.
Okay, because it is too heavy for me. If you deal thus with me, please kill me out of hand.
Whoa.
If I have found favor in your sight, and let me not see my wretchedness.
Okay.
Does Yahweh have a good comeback for this one?
Yahweh said to Moses, "Gather to me 70 men of the elders of Israel."
I'm going to strike them all down in front of you. How about that?
I'll teach you to complain.
Talk about some
exactly.
switch tracking. Jeez,
Seriously.
Yahweh. Okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Yahweh. It's Yahweh, of course.
Gather to me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them to the tent of meeting, that they may stand there with you. I will come down and talk with you there, and I will take of the Spirit which is on you, and I will put it on them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with you, that you not bear it yourself alone.
Wow.
What? So hang on. So Yahweh's like, okay, rather than solve your problem, instead you're gonna bring me 70 people, and somehow I'm gonna make them also responsible, so that you share the burden with them. That's
It's still your burden, but
yeah,
But a little bit less so.
weird.
Yeah.
say you to the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and you shall eat flesh.
Oh, okay. There is a promise of
Okay.
flesh.
For you have wept in the ears of Yahweh, saying, "Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore Yahweh will give you flesh, and you shall eat."
Or is
You
he gonna feed the 70 to them and be like, "This is what you get"?
Jeez.
Okay, that's not cool.
I mean, I
man.
could see some Canaanite god pulling that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or that Molech or
Molech,
whatever, like
yeah.
the babies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he'd feed them babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but a whole month.
Wow.
Until it come out at your nostrils, and it be loathsome to you. Because that you have rejected Yahweh who is among you, and have wept before him, saying, "Why came we forth out of Egypt?"
Wow,
Gosh,
Yahweh-
Yahweh's really
he's-
spicy right now.
No, seriously, he is like.
He's like, "You want some meat? I'm gonna shove some meat down your throat until
and then
it
it's
comes
gonna
out
come
your,
nostrils.
nose."
Ew.
So intense.
Why is Yahweh so mean and spicy?
Okay, it's been clear from the beginning. Yahweh is like a cranky, abusive boyfriend.
Yeah,
like
I know.
or
What
or,
is
or
this?
slash father. Like yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
Moses said, "The people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and you have said, I will give them flesh that they may eat a whole month. Shall flocks and herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them?" Yahweh said to Moses, "Has Yahweh's hand grown short?" Gosh,
classic saying.
See how big this hand is? Is it small now? What are you looking at?
Next time you ever doubt me about something, I'll be like, has Jace's hand grown short?
Like, I don't know. Give it to me.
He's so salty right now.
Yeah, he's not having any
Oh,
of this.
gosh. Now shall you see whether my word shall happen to you or not. Gosh. Moses went out and told the people the words of Yahweh, and he gathered 70 men of the elders of the people and set them round about the tent.
I bet they were really excited about this.
I'm sure.
No, definitely not.
Yahweh came down in the cloud and spoke to him and took of the spirit that was on him and put it on the 70 elders. And it happened that when the spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they did so no more. What?
I don't know.
So they they all prophesied things
and then they didn't.
stopped.
And then stopped doing that?
It's like they didn't become prophets.
They just, in that moment when the spirit came on them, they prophesied.
Wow.
And
I guess no one wrote down what their prophecies were because they didn't tell us.
Unless we're going to get to that.
Oh, maybe. Okay. But there remained 2 men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad.
Eldad.
And the name...
What?
What? Why did that get you?
No, it's the next one.
Me dad. Me dad. You dad, me dad, she dad, he dad.
He, she, we dad, they dad.
They dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why that got me. The name of the one was Eldad. The name of the other, Medad. And the spirit rested on them. And they were of those who were written, but had not gone out to the tent. And they prophesied in the camp. Okay, so they didn't go with the 70, but they somehow got the spirit.
But they prophesied anyway?
And they prophesied anyway?
What?
Okay.
Hang on. I want to look up a translation of that.
Please do.
'Cause these people seem important, and I've never heard of them before. So
Have you heard of any of this before?
Yeah, I mean, some of it. Some of it.
I've heard of the phrase of like you're gonna eat so much meat it's gonna come out your nostrils is familiar to me.
See, that's not familiar to me.
I feel like I remember learning that.
Why? Why would you have learned
I
that?
don't know.
Gracious.
What is this translation?
Yeah.
Oh boy. See, again, they did this thing where now it's in backwards alphabetical order, starting in the middle, going to the end, and then starting back over again. And
Sounds
now
like just
I'm
some
trying to
speaking evil in
find-
the ear of Yahweh.
It sounds
Yeah.
like
making me mad. I don't care.
drunkbiblestudytools.com.
Okay, meanwhile, 2 men, Eldad and Medad, had stayed in the camp. They were listed as leaders, but they didn't leave camp to go to the tent.
Why?
Still, the
But still the
spirit
spirit-
also rested on them, and they prophesied in the
Shoot,
camp.
do you think they're going to get majorly punished?
Oh, maybe.
We'll
I mean,
find
they still
out.
got the spirit, but
Or that's how we knew it like really happened, because there were actually witnesses around them.
Oh.
Where everyone
Like-
else was like, man, we all prophesied together. I mean, I don't remember any of it because I was prophesying too while he was, but like, it was great. Trust me. I don't remember it though. But 2 of them were around people who did hear them.
okay.
maybe.
Okay.
there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophecy in the camp.
Wow. Okay, kid. What ups?
Joshua, the son of Nun, N-U-N, Nun or Noon or something.
Is that where the word none comes from?
I don't think so.
I
could not
highly
possibly
doubt it.
What? I don't
imagine
know.
that.
I
that's
highly
a
doubt
Bible
it.
thing.
It's I don't know if it is actually.
I don't
think it
no,
is.
I highly doubt it. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, Joshua, the son of Nun, the minister of Moses, one of his chosen men, answered, My lord Moses, forbid them
Forbid them to do what?
From prophecy.
from doing prophecy.
Yeah.
Moses said to him, Are you jealous for my sake? Would that all Yahweh's people were prophets, that Yahweh would put his spirit on them. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad sentiment.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That he wasn't trying to like hold on to all the power himself.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
like, this is great.
He's like, and Moses, I think Moses is like, I really wish it was more than 70 people
Yeah,
that he
exactly.
delegated this to. Honestly, I wish he would make everyone just freaking responsible for themselves. Maybe.
Yeah.
Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. There went forth a wind from Yahweh and brought quails from the sea.
Wait.
Here's the quails.
Sea quails?
Probably flying over
Sure.
the sea.
Yeah. Maybe
Where
they hung
hang
out near
by
the sea. There's probably some kind of mass migration that happened.
I mean, I know all about desert quails, but not sea quails.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of sea quails, but I'm sure they exist.
Okay.
So he brought quails from the sea and let them fall by the camp, about a day's journey on this side, and a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and about 2 cubits above the surface of the earth.
What?
So like they were
hovering?
flying?
I'm so
Yeah, they're
confused.
like hovering at eye level. Like what?
Or is this
That's
just 2 cubits above sea level? Like,
Maybe. The people rose up all that day and all the night and all the next day and gathered the quails. He who gathered least gathered 10 homers.
10 homers?
Yeah, and they
Wait.
spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp.
Is a homer a quail?
I'm assuming a homer is a whole
Has
gaggle
to
of
be
quails.
has to be a weight of measurement, right? Okay.
Oh, really? See, I was assuming it was like a murder of crows.
Well, it's like a homer of quails.
quails.
Oh gosh.
While the flesh was yet between their teeth,
Uh,
before it was chewed, the anger of Yahweh was kindled against the people,
Oh, no.
and
Whoa.
Yahweh struck the people with a very great plague.
he's so mean.
yeah.
God. Yahweh, he's so spiteful. The name of that place was called Kibrothatava, because there they buried the people who lusted. From Kibrothatava, the people journeyed to Hazeroth. Oh, like World of Warcraft. and they abode at Hazeroth.
Okay, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
And is that it? Like, how many people died?
We don't,
I mean,
Was it like-
I would live because
was-
I'm vegan.
Was it? Yeah, but was it everyone who ate quail?
yeah, like was it all the lustful ones
Oh
that,
my god.
that died?
Was that not
or-
everyone? Did Moses not eat quail?
I don't know.
What happened?
I mean, apparently not.
tell
Moses
us.
must have lived. I don't know. Well,
Jeez.
let me see. I want to look up another translation of that verse 33 there about
Yeah.
the plague. Let's see. Oh, now we're in alphabetical order. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And while they were still chewing the quail and had hardly swallowed the first bites, God's anger blazed out against the people. He hit them with a terrible plague.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's all kind of roughly the same thing.
Well,
Boy.
maybe that's what you get for eating sea quail. Maybe that's the problem. That's how you know it's not right. It's
I'm
like
pretty
sea quail.
Well, yes, that's
you know,
weird,
it's like
but
ordering sushi in like freaking Kansas
Arizona.
or whatever, or
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but still, I feel like God was like, yeah, I'm gonna strike all these quail down. Give
This
them,
seems like this was some entrapment on God's part.
Oh yeah, obviously
But-
God knew what he was doing.
But didn't we see that coming though?
Yes, we did. We were like,
God's like, you're
gonna
going
do
to eat so much, it's going to come out your nostrils and you're going to hate it and wish you didn't have to eat all of
Yeah,
it. Like he was
I guess
definitely
that's true.
setting up for like, I'm going to show you who's boss. And then Moses even questioned him and was like, but like where are all these herds going to come from? Are we going to have to
Right.
kill all our animals for it? And God's like, has my hand grown short?
God's like, don't question me. Get the
Yeah.
hell out of here, Moses.
Watch what this long hand can do.
Well, that's the end of that chapter.
Wow.
Boy.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to carry on here with Numbers 12. Miriam.
Miriam.
Hold on.
What?
I have to have the right character for this now that I've read this first sentence here. Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman.
Thanks for
Thanks,
that.
yeah, thanks for the hot
We got
goss.
They said, "Has Yahweh indeed spoken only with Moses? Hasn't he spoken also with us? Yahweh heard it." Wait, but
I
Okay,
thought that
but
he
Yahweh
only
is the one who
speaks to
said it.
Moses.
I thought they heard it like way back. There was a time when Yahweh did speak to Aaron and some other people.
Really?
Yeah,
Back during the Ten Commandments time, I thought there was a time when God actually did speak to.
But
some
then
of
he
the-
stopped speaking to
I guess I don't know.
Okay, so hang on. So first they're like pissed because Moses married a Cushite woman.
yeah.
And so they're
I
like
mean, who wouldn't be? But yeah,
yeah, so they're being like Cush racist right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they're like Moses isn't the only bigwig around here.
yeah.
We're also bigwigs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
Aaron. Come on.
Yeah.
Moses, or God loves me the most.
We're Moses' siblings after all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now, the man Moses was very humble, above all the men who were on the surface of the earth.
Really? Is he?
Jeez.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yahweh spoke suddenly to Moses and to Aaron and to Miriam, "Come out, you three, to the tent of meeting."
And they're all like, crap. Shit.
They three came out. That's a good sentence there.
Thanks.
They three came out. Yahweh came down in a pillar of cloud.
I'm sorry,
We're
what
back
does
to
a
pillars
pillar
now.
of cloud look like? I gotta look
Just
this
that
up.
it's like tall and thin. That's what I envision.
I always
It's tall
picture
and
more like a
thin.
tornado, but
Sure, it could be like a column of cloud. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Tornado. That's not really a cloud, though. That's a whirligoo.
What?
Whirligoo. It's whirling and going.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so God came down in a
In a
whirligoo.
whirligoo. So God came down in a whirligoo and stood at the door of the tent and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. He said, "Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known to him in a vision. I will speak with him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so. He is faithful in all my house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth."
With
I
my mouth on his
see.
mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so with him I will speak mouth to mouth, even manifestly, and not in dark speeches.
What? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Not in dark speeches.
You know what I'm going to ask for you for right now.
You want the old
I want the old message.
Ye old message.
Ye oldie messagey. Not in dark speeches.
I mean, okay, before I look this up, though.
Definitely
what do
going to be
you
the
think
name
this-
of my like metal/goth beat poetry collective.
Just not in dark speeches?
No, dark speeches.
Dark speeches?
Dark
It's just dark
speeches, yeah.
speeches.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. If there be a prophet among you, Yahweh will make myself known to him in a vision, and I will speak with him in a dream.
Uh-huh.
My servant Moses is not so what?
I think he's saying I didn't come to Moses in his dreams. I'm literally using Moses as like my one-to-one mouthpiece.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm pretty sure you've hit the nail on the head there. The old message.
Messagey.
I speak to him intimately, in person, in plain talk, without riddles. I think that's dark speech.
Oh,
is
dark
Okay.
speech is
riddles.
also riddles.
Yeah. You're going to start using that?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we've gotten so many useful things out of the Bible as far as just everyday parlance. I love
Oh,
it.
that's good.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this in a sec. So back to the World English Bible says, even manifestly and not in dark speeches, aka riddles, and the form of Yahweh shall he see.
Yes.
Where the Message says, I'll talk plain without riddles, he ponders the very form of God.
Huh, that's
So he made the choice
very different nuance.
to not, that God
Yeah.
in one place is like, he actually sees me, and the other one, it's like, he just
He
thinks about me
it.
a lot.
Obviously. He thinks about me a ton. Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. Why then were you not afraid to speak against my servant, against Moses? I see. You should have been afraid to
And
do
you
that.
were not.
Got
Oh,
it.
but you
Yes.
weren't.
Why were you not afraid to speak against my servant, against Moses? The anger of Yahweh was kindled against them,
Oh, shit.
and he
Sorry.
departed.
Oh dear.
I just read ahead for a moment.
The cloud removed from over the tent, and behold, Miriam was leprous,
Ugh.
as white as snow. And Aaron looked at Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Aaron said to Moses, "Oh, my Lord, please don't lay sin on us, for that we have done foolishly."
And actually, by sin on us, I mean on my sister, because apparently I get off scot-free because I am Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, who gets away with everything.
Yeah.
Please don't lay sin on us, for that we have done foolishly, and for that we have sinned. Let her not, I pray, be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he comes out of his mother's womb.
Yes.
Moses cried to Yahweh, saying, "Heal her, God, I beg you." Yahweh said to Moses, "If her father had but spit in her face, shouldn't she be ashamed 7 days?"
What?
What? I guess she should be ashamed.
Is that a thing? Like,
of that?
is that another thing that, like, if somebody spits in your face, you're unclean for 7 days?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
If her
it hasn't
father
come
had
back.
but spit in her face, shouldn't she be ashamed 7 days? let her be shut up outside the camp 7 days, and after that she shall be brought in again. Miriam was shut up outside of the camp 7 days, and the people didn't travel until Miriam was brought in again. Afterwards, the people journeyed from Azaroth via airship. They journeyed from
And a few
Hazeroth
griffins.
and encamped in the wilderness of Paran.
Why is she the only one who got punished for this?
Because Aaron's a guy and he's God's little pet.
Oh my goodness.
Well, and I guess Yahweh needed Aaron to like keep getting sacrifices done, and Miriam
This is
didn't
just
do
all
that.
very convenient.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
very convenient position for Aaron to be in.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
like, I can do bad things, but I'm, indispensable.
But
and
I'm
so
Aaron,
I
I
can't
mean,
be made like unknown
Yeah.
for a number of
incredibly
days,
important.
So it's like, well, what you gonna do?
Or okay, is it possible that Yahweh set up this whole system and ended up kind of really getting screwed over by Aaron, who, makes golden calves and all this stuff, but Yahweh had already kind of invested in this, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, well,
What can you do?
he
I
has to
can't.
do this job, like the breastplate thing's custom fitted for him. Can't just replace this guy, and I need to keep this, business going. So I'm going to punish him any way I can, which is Miriam.
Miriam's
But,
his
like,
wife, right?
No, sister. Miriam is the sister of Aaron and Moses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was she the one who buried Moses in the reeds? Floated him.
She was, mom.
That's mommy.
Moses' mom put him in the reeds, but Miriam was the one responsible who watched.
when the Pharaoh's daughter.
That she would keep an eye out on him
Right.
every day, and was also the one, and she was the one who, when Pharaoh's daughter got him out of the water, Miriam was the one who was like, hey, I'll hook you up with an Israelite wet nurse who happens to be his mom,
She didn't say that part, though.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll hook you up with a nurse for the child.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was Miriam's job. And now all the things she gets for it is being struck with
7
leprosy.
days of leprosy. But
Is it
apparently-
only 7 days?
That's the impression I got, because she was brought back into the camp after 7 days, and they
I
wouldn't do
think
that
they
if
wouldn't
she
do
still
that if
had
she
it,
wasn't.
so.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
But
was
I'm
spelled out
assuming
very
during that
clearly.
time it was painful and awful.
Oh, probably awful. I wouldn't
Probably,
want.
yeah.
I wouldn't want leprosy for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
All right.
Boy, oh boy.
Well, let's move on. Numbers 13. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Send your men, that they may spy out the land of Canaan, which I give to the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall you send a man, every one a prince among them. That's like the prince among men thing. Cute.
Uh-huh. Well, so I guess out of each tribe, out of the 12, you're going to send one guy, and it's going to be the prince.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
All right.
Just she had to get that back into
Yeah.
normal English. For
Yeah,
a
it's not
second.
just
Okay.
saying that like every man is going to be a prince.
And they didn't just send a scout. It's like they sent the
send
leader
the-
of
the
each of the
prince. Whoa. Yeah.
tribes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran, according to the commandment of Yahweh, all of them men who were heads of the children of Israel. These were their names.
Oh,
Here we
boy.
go.
Of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of
Shamu.
Zachar.
Shamu.
Shammua, the son of Zachar. Of the tribe of Simeon, Saphat.
I thought that said Snapchat.
So did I. Snapchat, the son of Horai.
I think we're supposed to drink when we laugh at these
Oh, yeah,
names,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's how this game works.
Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chipping.
Of the tribe of Issachar, Igel, the son of Joseph. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Nun. Hosea? Oh, was that Joshua?
That could be a weird transliteration of Joshua.
Joshua,
Hoshea?
yeah, Hoshea.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Unless it's his brother.
Joshua
Joshua's
and
brother,
Hoshea.
Hoshea?
Yeah. You know how they did back then.
Of course, yeah.
Well, it's Nun's,
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I'm not finding anything about
Okay.
it being connected to Joshua.
8. No.
Well, let's keep on trucking
But
through these
Hoshea
names.
was the last king of the Israelite kingdom of Israel.
Oh,
The Israelite kingdom of
King
Israel.
Great.
Cool. Thanks.
In
trivia.
721 BC.
Oh, wow.
I'll definitely whip that out at trivia
Yeah.
night. Okay.
Of the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Raphu. Of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, the son of Sodi. Of,
Why did that one get you?
don't know.
I just
like
laughed
soda
because you
and
did.
Sodi. Of the tribe of Joseph, namely, of the tribe of Manasseh, Manasseh. Manasseh. I don't know. Gadi, the son of Susi.
Susie. That's cute. I like that one.
Of the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gemali.
Gimli.
Gemali.
Also son of Gloin.
And my axe.
They call it mine. Of the tribe of Asher, Sether, the son of Michael.
Where? Okay, how come there's like
Yeah.
Michael and then Sether?
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi.
You try that again? You want to try that again?
Nabi.
One mo gain?
Naphtali, Nabi, the son of Vopsi.
Vopsy. Yeah, Vopsy. One of these doesn't belong in this group.
Of the tribe of Gad, Geuel. Sorry.
I think that's, yeah.
Is this like a whirly ghoul?
Yeah, the son of Machai. These are the names of the men who Moses sent to spy out the land. Moses called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Joshua. See?
Yes.
Oh, so Moses just like, oh, what is it again? I can't pronounce that.
You know what?
It's
Your name is Joshua. Okay, we got it. Cool. That's also very random.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
It's like that's the hardest one for me to pronounce out of all of these. So we're gonna name you Joshua.
Yeah, Moses is like Shaphat and Hori, like no problem. But
Yeah.
Hoshea, what?
Hoshea?
Let's just
You know
call
what?
you Joshua.
Joshua.
It's just easier.
Wow. Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said to them, "Go up this way by the south and go up the hill country and see the land, what it is, and the people who dwell therein, whether they are strong or weak, whether there are few or many, and what this land is that they dwell in, whether it is good or bad, and what cities they are that they dwell in, whether in camps or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it is fat or lean, whether there is wood therein or not. Be of good courage, and bring the fruit of the land." Now, the time was the time of the first ripe grapes.
Oh boy.
Cool.
You know what? That's a clever thing. Like if you knew all the spies coming to spy on you were going to be Nazarites, you just plant grape fields around you and they can't come anywhere near you.
What? Oh,
Because they can't touch any kind of grape product or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You should remember this because you took the Nazarite vow, Emily.
Right, you were very casually just like, I'm a Nazarite, and you gesture at your beer as though that is a grape
It's not
product.
grape, that's fine.
And it is not.
You just can't have wine for
Oh.
another, probably a couple more weeks.
I definitely have done
or
that.
dolma, or,
Anything even remotely grape related.
Yeah.
I definitely have balsamic vinegar.
Is that grape related?
Yeah.
is it? Is it a byproduct of like the winemaking
No?
process?
Am I
No?
wrong?
I mean, it could
Am I
be.
wrong?
I have no idea.
Okay, I don't. Okay,
And maybe that's just
No,
red
you're right.
wine
You're right.
vinegar.
You're right.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
what I
made
thought.
wholly or partially from grape
See?
must. From,
oh, it's
See?
from must.
from grape must.
Well, that's a part of a grape that I'm not allowed to have.
Yes. You
But
and
I
all
had
the
it.
Nazarites are not allowed to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where was I?
Verse
21.
21.
So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin to Rehob.
Yeah, they say, I'm going to go to rehab.
Oh my goodness.
No. To the entrance of Hamath. They went up by the south and came to Hebron and Ammon, Shishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were there.
Oh.
Now, Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt, just in case you wanted to know.
Yeah, great. Okay.
That's all in parentheses. They came to the valley of Eshcol and cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bore it on a staff between two. They brought also of the pomegranates and of the figs.
I'm so confused. Why are we gathering
I don't know.
grapes and
I
pomegranates
was hoping
now?
that you all would know.
Well, they're spying, so they're probably bringing back like
Like an olive branch.
Oh, like no, like they're bringing
No,
samples of the goods.
yeah.
Right. They want to see if it's a good land or something.
Yeah. I think that's why.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So that place was called the Valley of Eshcol because of the cluster which the children of Israel cut down from there.
Obviously.
Obviously, yes. They returned from spying out of the land at the end of 40 days. They went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel, to the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word to them. And to all the congregation, and shown them the fruit of the land.
Yeah, okay. So they brought the fruit to be
Yes.
like, look,
Cool.
this is what the
Here
fruit
it
looks
is.
like in
There's
Canaan.
pomegranates. There's whatever the
Figs, grapes.
and grapes.
Yeah.
Got it? Cool. However, the people who dwell
Wait,
in the...
what?
Oh, you
No,
skipped a verse. Yeah, 27.
They told him and said, "We came to the land where you sent us, and surely it flows with milk and honey." Ugh, everything does, doesn't it? And this is the fruit of it. However, the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Amalek dwells in the land of the south, and the Hittite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite dwell in the hill country. And the Canaanite dwells by the sea and along by the side of the Jordan.
Okay, so like lots of different peoples who we've encountered before
Yeah.
Right.
all live in this
All
place.
hang out.
Cool.
They're like, they got good goods. They
Good
got good fruits.
milks
but,
and honeys
but
flowing.
as it turns out, there's people on this land.
Okay,
got it.
so it would be
Uh-huh.
hard to overtake it.
Yes.
Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, "Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it." But the men who went up with him said, "We aren't able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we." They brought up an evil report of the land which they had spied out to the children of Israel, saying, "This land, though, which we have gone to spy it out, is a land that eats up the inhabitants of it, and all the people who we saw in it are men of great stature. There we saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, who come of the Nephilim, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight."
That was like incredibly hard to follow the way that you read that those last couple verses there. Can we kind of like paraphrase this a little
Yeah, what's your paraphrase?
bit? Okay, so
So the land eats up the people, and
well,
the
but this was like a
people-
lie that they told,
Oh.
right?
What?
Oh?
Because they brought up an evil report of the land to the people. I'm assuming that means because they had this
Okay.
debate of like, I think we could take it, and the other people are like, I don't
Nah.
think we can take it. So now let's go to the people and say, look, here's the
Okay.
deal. The
Yeah, we
land
can't, okay.
eats up the inhabitants, and there's Nephilim, giants. There are giants in the sky.
Uh-huh.
So we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight.
Okay, so they go to the spy.
Yeah, like we felt like grasshoppers, and that's totally what we looked like to them too, because they're huge.
So they go to spy on the land.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm also going to try to paraphrase
Yeah,
this.
okay.
See if I understood it.
I'm sorry. How did you people do this as a young person?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
I have a song.
About this?
12 men went to spy on Canaan. 10 were bad and 2 were good. What did they see when they spied on Canaan? 10 were bad and 2 were good. Some saw giants big and tall. Some saw grapes in clusters fall. Some saw God rule over all. 10 were bad and 2 were good.
Just
That's still taking up freaking hard drive space in my brain
Yeah, I can tell.
from
Wow.
like when I was
and there were
6 years
hand
old.
gestures, ladies
And I
and
still
gentlemen.
remembered the
There
hand
were hand
gestures.
You
gestures.
listening at home missed out on Dedeker doing all the hand gestures that went along with that. I'm sure some listeners were doing them with you.
Okay, I hope
never
so.
learned
You
that
never
one.
learned that
No,
song?
That's totally
Well,
new to
I
me.
did.
It is stuck in my brain.
That would
I
be
literally
weird.
have
That
like
would
an
be.
incredibly vivid memory of it being taught to me by the person who was leading children's
Wait,
church
who are the
that
good and the
day.
bads?
I
Well,
guess the implication is that it's like, well, I feel like good and bad is strong words
10
in this
were good and
situation.
2 were bad? 10
No, it
were
was
bad
10 were bad and 2 were
good.
good. And I guess the idea being that the quote unquote bad ones, it was because they were afraid. Like they didn't trust that Yahweh would help them to overtake the land. They were like, no, we are too scared. There's no way
Well,
that we can overcome
they
this land. So we'll just tell the people there's no chance.
Of course
Right.
they were scared. 2 chapters ago, Yahweh,
I- you know-
gave them bad
No,
pigeon.
the perspective that I have on this song now is
like
You mean
bad
bad
taste.
quail poisoning?
Oh yeah, quail.
so okay. Yes. Okay. So it's these men were scared to overtake this land, and they're like,
Yeah.
but I guess that counts as them not having faith in Yahweh. Therefore they were
bad. Yeah.
bad.
What's interesting though, like the two were good because I only see Caleb named here.
Yeah, I was confused by that too. I don't know who the other one. Maybe it was Joshua. I think Joshua was the other good one.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
How would you have gotten that out of this?
From this.
Just people know.
No,
people
this
are
is
like,
from
it's
my
obviously Joshua.
this is from my Sunday school training. Although, if we're looking at this with a critical literary eye, we can see that Joshua is becoming a named character, and so is probably going to stick around. Although heavens,
That's true. He did get a nickname from Moses.
he does also.
Joshua.
He does also later on have his own book. So.
Yeah, that I know.
If it's
Yeah.
the same Joshua. But you can't always guarantee that in the Bible because they
That's
reuse
true.
names a lot.
That's
I mean,
true.
it probably is, but we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Boy, oh boy. Well, I'm looking forward to researching some of these things for our bonus content for this episode.
Yeah, that was a lot.
But were you both so pleased at how much more action there was?
I'm
Yes,
so
there were
happy.
so many
so
things
refreshing.
that
It was
occurred.
like every chapter was a different story beat that happened.
Yeah.
right?
A new horrifying thing occurred.
A new
I'm just-
upsetting thing.
Yeah.
Again, like again and again, just the poor women are treated so poorly in this book.
Yeah.
In this
that's true.
book.
That's true.
Yeah. But I'm excited to go on to the bonus episode.
Do you have a prediction
Oh.
about what's going to happen to these 10 who were bad and the 2 who were good?
They'll probably get, terrible manna or something and get horrific food poisoning and then die. Or they'll be turned into lepers for 2 weeks. I predict
2 weeks.
14 days.
14 days of leprosy. Got it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And then be exiled forever. I don't know. But anyways, I'm looking forward mostly to seeing what other songs Dedeker has stored in that hard drive of hers, because I'm sure that we have not heard the last of them.
No, definitely
Definitely not.
Yeah. E-I-E-I-O. See you next time.
Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including bonus episodes, new series, guest interviews, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher, letting other people know what you like about it. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email at info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Emily Matlack, Dedeker Winston, and me, Jace Lindgren. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for the Book of Numbers is Motivator by Kevin MacLeod. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.